Welcome to Freedom Uncensored.
What's happening, everybody? Trying out a new setup this time. Let's see how this goes. Just pop it in quick. I didn't actually intend on doing anything today. Having an issue all the way around. So we just created this page. We're trying to reach as many people as we can. And we're going to try and start doing some programming here and getting things rolling. Working with a couple of emails from people emailing me stating that they would love to come on for a show. And excuse me here a little bit too, because I'm getting sick. So I've been running into some speed bumps getting this channel up and going. And some of those speed bumps is, our YouTube won't let us go live right now. So I've put an inquiry in for that to request to be able to go live. Again, I apologize. I shouldn't be doing a show when I'm sick. And then I've been meeting a lot of resistance from Facebook. Man. So the resistance that I've been meeting from Facebook is they've pretty much limited us to 10 comments a day. And that includes posts on our own page. So if I go and I comment on 5 different posts online, and then I share something to our page, that's it. I'm cut off for the rest of the day. I can't comment on anything. It's getting to be quite bullshit. Basically, it's just bullshit. I've sent them countless amount of messages. I actually put a phone call into an attorney this morning because they're marking me as spam is what they're marking me, and I don't know if it's because we don't have enough followers yet. I don't know if it's because it's a new account. I'm not quite sure what the issue is, but whatever the issue, I don't even care. I started this. It's going to be a media company, and I don't need my First Amendment being stepped on, and I don't need Facebook's bullshit either. So we're going to do whatever workaround we have to do to make everything work. We can't do any lives on Facebook until we have, I think it's 100 followers or 50 followers or something like that. So if you're seeing this video, come over to our page, give it a follow. We need to get our numbers up so that we can broadcast live and bring more content to everybody. At some point here, I'm actually going to start going out when there's protests in our area, and I'm going to try to record from those, but I'm limited on being able to do remote recording. So anyway, I wanted to just come on today and do a little bit of a rant about Facebook and their BS, and go over some things on Facebook, because since we can't comment, we can do a video on it. Virtual background's kind of screwing up there a little bit. We'll get that hashed out too. So let me do this. Wrong one. Hey, that's better. So here's our Facebook page, and we're plugged in with a bunch of news outlets, so that I'm able to get their feed and go off of some of their stuff. Some of it's notifications to us when it goes off, or when they post and all of that stuff. So we've been really trying to work on getting plugged in and networking. So we've been posting, we've been commenting too. And
the federal government did not give us any advance notice. I am strongly opposed.
Okay. So the Shapiro melting down over a detention center in the United States, or in Pennsylvania. We went on here and we had a couple of comments. Basically Uh, see if I can find a few here. Yeah, here's one. The state was very red. With she's complaining about how the state has gone and how it was democratic how it was Democrat when she grew up. And people don't realize that Pennsylvania was actually a very red state uh, until Democrats gerrymandered the districts and changed everything, and com- they made it completely Democrat. I mean, it's your two major cities determine the votes of the entire state anymore: Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. The rest of the state is pretty much red, but those two cities dictate how the whole state votes, and that's ridiculous. So you're giving two populists the votes of the state, and Republicans haven't had the power to, they haven't had the votes to change those districts. So the Democrats are pretty much cheating, really, in a way. They're cheating, and that's no secret. They always fucking cheat. That's the way they are. So she turned around. She made another comment. So she must have deleted it. And I responded, be very careful what you wish for, because one of these days all the Dems are going to be locked up between the two cities that you're in and not going to be able to go anywhere. We're not seriously not far off from that. Like, this is shit that very well could happen sooner than later. People are getting fed up. Like, we're really getting fed up. So these are some of the posts that I've been commenting on. There is, why does that keep doing that? There's some other ones that we commented on too. For some reason, it's not letting me pull them up. Probably because it stopped us from commenting on anything. Let me see. Sorry, this is a little disorganized. Like I said, I wasn't intending on going live today, and Facebook just put a hair in my ass because of, like I said, limiting me and not letting me comment, which is bullshit. It really it pisses me off. But there was one guy. Here, this guy right here. He's got a post that I think everybody needs to hear, and it's this one right here. If this gets.
I just watched an interview Trump did about this whole Epstein thing, and he said, I quote, "I think it's time for the country to move on to something else." No, bro. No. We brought you in to clean house. We brought you in to bring the noose back. We brought you in to clean the swamp. Enter whatever fucking funny saying you want to say. We brought you in to handle shit. No, we're not moving on. We've moved on from fucking everything else. We're not moving on from this shit. Because it's black and fucking white at this point in time. That some people need to fucking hang. So one of two things is going to happen. You're either complicit with everybody and you wanted to move on because you got some big fucking problems ahead of you, or you're going to do the job that we brought you in to do, which is hang some people. You and Dana can do it in the front yard of the White House before or after the UFC event. We don't much give a fuck. However, if you don't start putting some people in nooses soon, and I mean like soon, shit's going to pop off in this country, cuz. Shit is going to pop off in this country. Because there are a lot of people like me that just don't give a fuck anymore. You're taxing us to death. Fucking, we're done. You understand that? There's a lot of people like me that love life. We love living. We love being alive. We love our children. We love our family. But at the end of the day, the route that we're going, we're already slaves. You think we want to let our kids be even more indentured servants to you motherfuckers in D.C.? And you can call me crazy. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But I know goddamn well that there are millions upon millions upon millions that think exactly what I'm saying right now. They have no fucking problem going out in a blaze of glory to ensure the next generation isn't fucked the same way that we're fucked by some of you scumbags. I brought you in, Trump, to do a fucking job. You better fucking start doing it. I just watched the...
Now, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. I mean, it's at some point or another here, something's going to have to give. You get all these idiots out here running around throwing shit at ICE, blocking roads. I mean, these idiots that are out there throwing shit at ICE, blocking roads, stalking their vehicles and everything else. Listen, it's illegal. It's illegal. It's a federal crime for you to be going out there and hunting down ICE agents. It's illegal. It's a federal crime. It is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. You're a fucking idiot if you are going to stand out there and protest ICE in an unpeaceful manner by throwing stuff at their vehicles, by throwing stuff at them. You're an idiot. You're an idiot for blocking the roadway, period. Because then somebody runs your ass over and it's, charge them with assault. No, your dumb ass shouldn't have been standing in the fucking road. You all have lost your goddamn minds. You know, in the late it's actually mid-1800s. I'm turning this into a hell of a rant, and I apologize. In the late 1800s, we passed immigration laws because we realized that keeping open borders was a problem. It hurt America more than it helped. And now, here we are all these years later, and these idiots are out here going, oh, we need to abolish ICE, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. We don't need to abolish ICE. We need citizens in the United States that respect America, that respect what we were founded on, that respect the laws that are in this country. You know, one of my famous lines that I use on the internet is this. To all of you leftists out there who want to abolish ICE and want to attack ICE and do all this stupid shit with ICE, fuck around and find out. Well, I guess it's not really my saying, but it has been for a long time. Fuck around and find out. I had relatives that came here from overseas, from different countries. Germany, England, Poland. Do you think they had it easy coming here? They didn't have it easy coming here. Tried coming through Ellis Island. Do you know how many people died in Ellis Island trying to come to the United States for a better life? This is ridiculous that this is even a debate. Then there was another comment on Facebook when I was talking about the deportation that some lady turns around, comes back and goes, well, nobody died under other presidents while they were deporting people. Between 54 and 64 people died during Obama's deportation operations. Let that sink in. 54, between 54 and 64 people. Hasn't been a real accurate number that anybody's reported, so you have to say between those two numbers. CNN reports 56. Another news agency reported 54. There's another news agency that reported 60. So the government shows 54. You don't know who to believe. So let's just round it and say between 54 and 64 people were shot and killed during Obama's deportation, or just died during Obama's deportation. And let's remind people, Obama's the one that built the cages to put kids in when they were separated from their families. Okay? You're an idiot if you're going to go out here and you're going to stand in the streets and break the law. I'm sorry. Every single one of you that are out there protesting that violates a law, you should be locked up. You should be locked up. And don't bring up January 6th to me, because I don't give a damn that Donald Trump turned around and pardoned them people. That's his prerogative. Joe Biden's pardoned people that I didn't agree with. Obama pardoned people that I didn't agree with. Clinton, pardoned people that I didn't agree with. And I voted for Clinton and Obama. I was an independent then. Over the years, I've become a constitutionalist. I'm worse than a Republican, because I believe in our founding documents. And that's exactly what we ought to return to. Limited government, stay the fuck out of our business. The government, man, I'm really going on a tangent here. I'm apologizing. I'm all over the place. That's my ADD. Quick history lesson. The United States was founded as a constitutional republic, not a democracy. There is a difference. Go look it up. We're a constitutional republic. We were meant to have very limited government. And when I say limited government, I mean our government officials were only set up as part-time people. They met 3 times a week. That's it. 3 times a week. And they drew a very small paycheck from the United States citizens. Why? Because it was part-time. It was only 3 days a week. And they only met for major topics that came up that the United States had to address. Arguments between states and stuff like that. It was never meant to be a full-time political position. It was never meant to be a career. The Democrats grew the government to what it is now because they like bigger government and more control. The Democrats are the ones that passed all of the legislation for saying you can do this and you can't do that. Democrats are the ones that passed, being able to take your property from you if through eminent domain. The government has grown too big. It's nowhere near what it was supposed to be. We finally have somebody in the office that is attempting to drain that swamp, that is attempting to get rid of all of that bullshit. Do I agree with the way that he does it? No, sometimes I don't. But you want to know something? At least he's got the balls to do it. Because we haven't had another president in our history besides Reagan that had the balls to put Washington in their place. Yes, I voted for Trump. Do I like Trump? I don't. I don't care for Trump. I like his policies. I think the man himself is an asshole. I couldn't stand him when he was on TV. But I like his policies. I like his love for America. We are a nation of immigrants, for those of you that want to keep pushing this. Back to the whole immigration thing. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are a nation of immigrants that came to the United States legally, that wanted to assimilate to the way of the United States people. not to bring their country to our country. Okay? Last poll that I seen, out of, I think it was 150,000 people polled or something like that. Out of that 150,000 people polled, 97% of those people said that if we would end up in a war, they would not defend the United States. Let that sink in. 97% of 150,000 people said that they would not defend the United States. They would defend the country that they are from before they would defend the United States. That's not the people that we want living in the United States. We want people living in the United States that bleed red, white, and blue, that are red, white, and blue. That when you see a video tribute online to the men and women that have sacrificed themselves for this country, that you tear up. Because they sacrificed themselves for you, for your individual freedom. We are not a collective. We are not one big happy community that's walking around hugging and kissing one another. We are individuals, and the Constitution is set up for our individual freedoms. Constitution supports that like mad. I'm probably going to end up doing some more rants like this because I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at where this country is going. I don't want it to go like this any further for my kids. I'm damn proud of my kids, too. I got a 21-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old daughter, one in college and one in high school yet. And both of them, without any coercion from me at all, made the decision to register as Republicans. A 21-year-old voted in the last election for Donald Trump and for other Republicans. She has now helped start a club at her college through Turning Point. Although now all of a sudden the college has an issue with it and they have to change the name, even though they're still going to be affiliated with Turning Point, which is bullshit. But I'm super proud of her for standing up for her beliefs. More people need to do that, and not on the left. I'm damn tired of Republicans. I really am. I'm a constitutionalist, like I said, through and through, and I vote Republican 90% of the time. But Republicans, if you're listening, you fuckers piss me off too. Get off your ass and start standing up for your country. Get out and vote. I don't care if it's a small town vote or a presidential vote. Get off your ass and get out and vote. Statistics show that only 11% of Republicans vote during midterms and local elections. Are you dumb? 11%? And then you're going to sit back on Facebook and be a keyboard Rambo and bitch about everything that's going on in your community. Bitch because another Democrat won a seat in this state or another Democrat won a seat in your state. Get off your ass and vote. If you didn't get out to vote, if you did not get up and you didn't go vote in these special elections that happened in your state and you're a Republican, you cannot go online and bitch about the Democratic Party winning. And I'm going to tell you right now, come midterms, if Republicans don't step it up, we're losing. They'll have us ass over tin cup in the midterms if You Republicans, do not get off your ass and start voting. I don't care if it's for a local mayor. I don't care. Get off your ass and vote. Register to vote. You don't like politics? Fine. Don't sit and watch political shit online. Don't engage in political shit online, but still stay informed. Still understand what's going on. And don't pay attention to these major news medias. I love some of the guys on Fox. But Fox leans to the right. ABC, NBC, CNN, they all lean to the left, hard to the left. I hunt out independent stuff because a lot of your independent stuff goes right down the middle. And that's another thing I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start taking articles from Fox and the same article from CNN, and I'm going to start comparing them, and I'm going to do lives off of that. I'm tired. But we still have to fight for this country. If we don't, what's going to be left to our kids? And that tears me apart. I don't want to leave my kids this shit show that we have going on right now. And that's what we have in government. It's just a total shit show. The Democrats have TDS so bad they don't give a fuck about the average American. And just a really quick example of that. 86% of Americans want voter ID. 86%. How are you going to fight with those statistics? Fox reports 84%. CNN reports 85% of whites, 82% of Latino, and 76% of black want voter ID. Yet here we are. The Democrats are threatening to shut down the government and hold ICE hostage. And they don't even want to pass the SAVE Act. I would say the Democrats are the party that's not listening to their constituents. They're only listening to a handful of constituents, and those are the ones that they're scared to death of because those are the ones from the nut class. Those are the ones that are out of their fucking minds and should be put back in mental institutions. I have a video of that coming up soon. Republicans, get out and vote. Get out and vote. We have to. This bullshit of our numbers dropping, after a presidential election is ridiculous. And even at that, during the presidential election, you realize only like 70% of fucking Republicans voted. Hello? Get off your ass. Democrats, or I should say these loony lefts, don't keep pushing buttons. You're poking a bear, and at some point or another, that bear is going to get tired of being poked, and it's going to wake up from its slumber. And when it wakes up from its slumber, I wouldn't want to be in its path, because that's going to be ugly. That's going to be really ugly. We're a nation of laws, people. ICE has a job to do. We need to let them do it. You want to protest? Protest on the side of the street. That's where you protest. And don't block the sidewalk, because if I want to walk down that motherfucker, I want to be able to walk down it. Unimpeded. Driving down the road, don't block me. Don't block me. I want to travel unmolested. I want to travel unblocked. You're violating my rights to free travel when you block the road. Touch my vehicle and I'll defend myself. Castle doctrine. That's all I got to say. I have a right to defend me and my property. Just stop acting stupid. Stand your ass on the sidewalk, hold your little fucking signs, and protest. That's what peaceful protesting is. Standing out in the middle of the fucking street, throwing rocks and bricks and whatever else you can throw at ICE or anything else. No. Going into a church, disrupting a church service. No. That's not peaceful protesting. That's violating other people's rights and breaking the law. And you should be in prison for it. Last rant, and I'll get off of here. Facebook, fuck you. As more news media for the right pop up, or little podcasts like this, like mine, pop up, it seems like you're bringing back the old shit from the COVID days, where you're trying to censor free speech. I don't have a problem suing you. I really don't. It's quite ridiculous. And I don't understand what your point here is. Okay, you got guidelines for me to go live and stuff like that. Eh? Okay, cool. Let's get the numbers up. I'll meet that threshold and we'll go from there. Till then, I'll do these little recordings and post them. You're not going to silence me. It ain't going to happen. I got a big fucking mouth. Anybody that knows me locally knows that. And I just don't stop. I keep going and going and going and going. I replace the battery and I go again. I'm relentless. Shut me down, I'll make a new account. I'm not going to stop. Lastly, if you all like my content, man, give me a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. Even if you don't come back to the page to watch any of the content that I'm sharing, and you just check in once in a while or whatever, I'm cool with that. Just give me a follow. I need to get those follows up so that I can get this building and get broadcasts out there, go live, so I can actually interact with all of you. Like I said, I am working on trying to do a live where I have a guest on, and I also want to do a live where I can just meet with people and answer questions and take questions and have dialogue. Have dialogue. If you want to come on and have dialogue with me sometime, shoot me an email. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care what side you're on. Shoot me an email. We'll have a discussion. You don't want to be on camera having that discussion, that's fine. I have ways of blacking your screen out so that your audio is up. We can do that too. It's not a problem. Whatever you want to do. I just want to have the discussion. I'm done for my rant for today. I gotta go take some cold medicine. I feel like shit. Let me know in the comments how the audio of this new mic was. Like I said, new setup. Trying to get this all rolling. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate you. And stay safe out there.